Drama bin drama, Arab drama, ole drama, mto drama, nyar drama, zote pamoja. Just when many analysts thought that Raila Odinga had been locked out of Western Kenya, that best case scenario, he would have to fight and sweat in Western Kenya, something very dramatic unfolds. The birth of a brand new party, Democratic Action Party Kenya, DAP-Kenya, hits us very suddenly. What are the implications? What does this really mean for the presidential elections 2022? After all, on the surface, it looks like it is of no consequence. Just three names: Wamunyinyi, Eseli Simiyu, Eugene Wamalwa. They've all come together and formed a party. But so what? That's what it looks like on the surface. Actually, the formation of this party means the end of the political career of some people. Oh yes. And more importantly, it means Western Kenya locked for Raila Odinga. And I'm going to prove to you why on my show today. Karibu sana. And yes, this is a popcorn show. Enjoy. To understand the tactical maneuver, Champions League caliber that has just taken place in Western Kenya with the emergence of a brand new political party, DAP-Kenya, Democratic Action Party Kenya, it is important that we understand a few very important facts. Number one, when you look at the DAP-Kenya party founders, Eugene Wamalwa, who is not an official, but is a current CS. Wafula Wamunyinyi, who is the chairman or party leader. And Eseli Simiyu, who is the secretary general. You're talking about one community within the Luhya known as the Bukusu. The Bukusu is the largest community within the Luhya and also the most influential, only rivaled by second place, Maragoli. Musalia Mudavadi hails from the Maragoli. Fact number two, I believe it is relevant here and it is important for us to understand that the Bukusu community have a long history of resisting. Indeed, they are known as warriors since time immemorial. The neighboring Kalenjin community gave them a derogatory name, which the Mzungus took over. And the name was Kitosh, meaning the terrible ones. In the early days, colonial documents, they always referred to as the Kitosh. The name only changed to the genuine name, Babukusu, or the Bukusu, in the 50s, which was very close to independence. Bottom line, the Bukusus played a crucial role in getting Kenya independence. With people like the late Masinde Muliro, a great Kenyan. And here it is very instructive to note, so that we understand the politics of this region completely. It is very important to note that when Masinde Muliro was around, when he was alive, all the Luhyas were united under Masinde Muliro, the vast majority. But as soon as he passed on, the Luhya community have never been able to find another leader to unite all the various communities within the Luhya. That is a key point to understand the chess, political chess, going on here. And the last very important fact, fact number 3, is that party leader Wafula Wamunyinyi, guess what job he was doing before he went into politics? He worked for the intelligence community, the special branch in those days. Huyu ni mtu wa deep state. That is why if you are new to this game of political analysis and you go online and you try to find information on Wafula Wamunyinyi, it's not there. Even getting the date he was born is not there. Or rather, it's very difficult to find. By the way, he was born in 1963. That makes him about 58 years old. Now I can hear you asking, what is the big deal with this man Wamunyinyi being a former intelligence officer? What's the big deal? Stick with me. You will be able to see clearly why towards the tail end of this video. Now, it is no secret that in the past Raila has relied very heavily on Luhya votes. This is a very populated community in the country called Kenya. Indeed, I told you the other day, the state secret, this is the tribe with the highest population currently in Kenya. Just go back and analyze carefully what Jubilee were doing in Western Kenya, their tactics in the 2017 elections. Yeah, they're very desperate tactics. And let me put it more bluntly. Any presidential candidate that has at least 70% of the Luhya vote is well on their way to State House. Period. Usijidanganye, hao watu ni wengi. So on the surface of things, those who want to analyze our politics in a shallow way, it looks like Raila Odinga is in trouble this time. Because William Samoei Ruto has been very busy in Western Kenya. He has got allies in Western Kenya. Yeah, like the good Daktari, the bullfighter, and many others. And there are those who believe that Musalia Mudavadi is not going to support Raila Odinga in 2022. I am not one of them, courtesy of inside information from somebody very close to Musalia Mudavadi. Now, I want to draw your attention to a pattern that is developing in politics here to convince you further, so that your eyes are opened and you see what's happening. You know a man called Amason Kingi at the coast, the Kilifi governor? For many months he has appeared hostile to Raila Odinga. There was even a time he looked like he was warming up to the deputy president. And indeed, His Excellency Kingi has emerged as a very strong proponent for a coastal party. A party covering all the coast regions under one umbrella. And a few months ago, I believe it was around July, his brand new PA party, Pamoja Alliance, was registered. After all that drama, what happened recently? Kingi has come out and said, Raila Tosha. You would be very naive to think there was ever a time that Kingi and Raila fell out. It never happened. This is Champions League politics. You don't let the cat out of the bag. Yeah, the super alliance comes together slowly. And then one day, it is all together. And the opponents have nowhere to go. Indeed, the presidential election will be over. Let me copy Professor Herman Manyora's slogan. Take it or leave it. Those are the facts. So, it has looked like Raila Odinga is in trouble in Western Kenya. And Raila's biggest problem appeared to be the fallout with the Babukusu community. You remember the removal of the immediate former minority leader in the Senate, Moses Wetangula. It was very messy. And he was replaced by James Aggrey Orengo. So on the surface of things, it looked like Bukusu votes for Raila. No way. Hiyo agwambo asahau. Well, now here comes a party called Democratic Action Party Kenya, DAP Kenya. The party leader is the most popular legislator in Western Kenya. He is a fourth-time MP. You know those MPs who hold on to a parliamentary seat? Mpaka people believe it is the personal property of that individual, that parliamentary seat. Wafula Wamunyinyi is one of those MPs. And so far, the party for the Babukusu has been Ford Kenya. And the Bukusu even have nostalgic reasons to stick very firmly with Ford Kenya. Yeah, because the former party leader died while still in office. The late Michael Kijana Wamalwa, brother to Eugene Wamalwa, one of the founders of DAP Kenya. And the Secretary General of this party is Tongaren legislator Eseli Simiyu. Now, those people relying on research online will run into problems here. Because Wamunyinyi, the party leader, his constituency is in Bungoma County. Eseli Simiyu, his constituency, is in Trans Nzoia. So, Chris, what are you talking about, Bukusu community? Do you really know what you're talking about? Let me explain. The huge Bukusu community cover the following counties: Bungoma, Trans Nzoia, Uasin Gishu, there are large numbers there, although they are not the majority, Kakamega, and Busia. And even where they are not the majority, they are fairly influential. Bottom line, DAP Kenya is the new Bukusu party. You can take that to the bank. So let's step back and look at the bigger picture of what has happened here. The coup that has taken place here. Oh yes. Moses Wetangula, kwisha maneno. He has been left holding a shell. Yeah, because the backbone of Ford Kenya has always been Wamunyinyi and Eseli. Indeed, if you go to the ground and do just a little research, you'll discover Wetangula's popularity has been waning. Yeah, he has been taking advantage of his position as the chief of the Bukusu community. Actually, the spokesperson whenever presidential elections come along. And one of the reasons why Wetangula's popularity has been taking a nosedive is his style of politics. He has been very close to the deputy president. In my opinion, his politics has been more about business transactions than politics and the welfare of the people, in my opinion. And that is one of the reasons why the recent history of Ford Kenya has been very stormy, rocky. Yeah. Attempted coups of the party all the time. Only Wetangula's legal skills have helped him to hang on, on a very thin thread to the leadership of Ford Kenya and control of Ford Kenya. And so it is true to say he has been vulnerable for a long time, politically vulnerable. There are some people who believe that Wetangula was finished a long time ago, in January 2018, when he did not attend the swearing-in of Raila Odinga at Uhuru Park. Now, I've already told you that the Bukusu community have always been warriors. Yeah, it's in their DNA. And therefore, you will believe me when I tell you that although most voters in the country called Kenya will never vote for a coward, shun cowards, who try to seek political office, when it comes to the Bukusu community, it is even worse. They will never touch a coward with a 20-foot pole. Never ever. And therefore, Wetangula's failure to attend the swearing-in of Raila lost him a lot of ground politically with his own people. You know, already there are a lot of signs on the ground that the Bukusu community have really, really embraced DAP-Kenya as their own, as their vehicle for 2022. And DAP-Kenya have told us very clearly that their presidential candidate is Raila Odinga, which doesn't surprise me because in my view, and according to the information I have, DAP-Kenya, even before it was officially born, has been working very closely with Raila Odinga. It is Raila Odinga's political play that has removed, wiped out Moses Wetangula from the equation. So let us review the new realignment on the ground. And let's leave out the Maragoli community, the second most populated community within the Luhya tribe. And we're leaving them out because that one is controversial. Many of you do not believe me about Musalia Mudavadi. So let's leave them out. The highly populated Kakamega within Western Kenya is with Raila via the deputy party leader, Wycliffe Oparanya. Busia is in the bag via outgoing governor, very popular man still, Sospeter Ojamong. By the way, His Excellency Ojamong was present at the launching of the DAP-Kenya party. The Bukusu, as we have seen, are already firmly with Raila. If not directly, then via their new DAP-Kenya party. And so when the Super Alliance formation is complete in Western Kenya, we are sure that Raila has at least 80% of the vote on the ground. That is a fact. We have not even talked about Atuoli, the influential Secretary General of KOTU, who has been mobilizing the Luhya community consistently for a very long time, since 2017. But of course, he has upped his game in recent months. Atuoli is totally with Raila. Remember his drama on live television? In whose hands are you safe? In whose hands, tell me, are you safe? Folks, I know a lot of young people like to argue, especially supporters of the deputy president. And it is okay to argue, although it is annoying when you argue without facts. It is annoying when you're giving half-baked facts. Because every time you have to rush back to Google to do a search before you answer a political point I've given you. And so your answer is half-baked, based on something you've read online, which of course has not given you the big picture, the complete picture. So, for all intents and purposes, today I can make a sweeping statement. Western Kenya, Raila Amolo Odinga amemalizana naye. Victory, 5 a.m. in the morning. Let's talk about the other regions. Forget Western Kenya. Trust me, the last nail in the coffin of any opposition to Raila Odinga was the launch of the Democratic Action Party Kenya at the Bomas of Kenya in Nairobi. Something I must quickly add. I'm not surprised that Eugene Wamalwa left himself out of being an official of this new party. See, the Bukusu have a long memory. They don't forgive easily. And I believe it will be quite some time before they forgive Eugene Wamalwa for being with Jubilee in 2017. That is, if they ever forgive him. Politically, I believe it will be an uphill task for Eugene Wamalwa to win any seat in Bukusu land. I'm not saying it will be impossible. It will be difficult. Although DAP-Kenya will be a great help. He can try and ride on that wave. And this is why I totally agree with another analyst, Lee Makwini, when he told us recently that he sees the hand of Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga in this DAP Kenya formation. I totally agree with him on that one. What? The way politics is shaping up in Kenya, at this rate, the 2022 elections may be very boring. What excitement is there of somebody winning the election at 5 a.m. in the morning? Let me put it this way. I used to play a lot of sports in my younger days, and sometimes we would have a very boring final. Because even as the tournament started, and I'm talking about rugby, we already knew the two strongest side. And of course, this can apply to any sport. Before the tournament starts, you already know the two strongest sides. And of course, they're going through the preliminaries. And you're expecting that in the final, these two giants will meet. Na nyasi umie, and it will be very exciting. Then what happens? One of the strong sides gets eliminated in the first round. And so the final ends up being a practice session for the other giant. It's just training for them. Yeah, they don't even field all their stars. Yeah, they decide to give a chance to other upcoming players within their squad. And even their weekend team wins. Yeah, if it was soccer, 5-0. And it could have been 10-0. Only that the game slowed down because the first 3 goals were scored in the first 5 minutes. That is what I'm talking about. Because unless something happens, something very major, what is shaping up here, for those who can see far, is a walkover of an election. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.